Hello, 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 hello. Here's hoping that this will work out. I've moved my microphone slightly to something that does not share a surface with everything else I use. So hopefully there'll be less thudding. Yes, gravity does cause pain. Very astute observation. Of course, you did have help from Tar Heel now, didn't you? Right, let's see. Yesterday, I got mushrooms. Let us talk about mushrooms. Oh. Duties? Yes, Ajira has more duties for Diomedes. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir. I'm gonna have to move my laptop, otherwise I'm never gonna be able to see the chat. Right. So in the course of becoming a real wizard, we're going to prank someone. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir that Ajira would be a journeyman before Galbadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give Galbadir a fake soul gem. Hello there, Spartanix. Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? So, Shade, this is, I regret saying this, but I don't recall Spartanix all that well. This is one of the people from a community I was in, like, 8-9 years ago-ish. Back when I had a really terrible sleep schedule. Anyway, enough about me. Welcome to the stream and whatnot. Ajira has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Galbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Marion Dren, so no one will see you do this thing. Take the fake soul gem that Jira gave you and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Hurry, before Galbadir returns.
A potion today?
Nope.
Good to see you. Do you need my services?
You'd think the fucking other people in that room would, hello Galbadir. No prank intended. I'm definitely not pranking Galbadir right now. Yes, I know all about that bed. I did the same things when I was an apprentice. You might as well do what Jira asks. Wow, so this lady, like, literally approves of our pranking. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's interesting. So this is a particular detail about the stealing system in the game. Items will be tagged as owned, and in the original game, they would not be. It would just be a thing that was there, but you could pick something up and not know that someone owned it, and get booted out of the guild and destroyed and lynched. And have your soul, like, filed for demotion in hell or whatever. But this has not been marked, so we're gonna be stealing it. Fake soul gem. A convincing yet false replication of a lesser soul gem. I don't think these guys are Catholics. Have you been helping Ajira with the bet? Go ahead, I have many tricks of my own. Even you and Ajira together cannot stop me from winning. I wouldn't bet on that. Actually, Galbadir, if you actually look in the files...
What assistance do you need?
I don't need any assistance. If you look in the files, Galbadir starts the game as a journeyman. So she's basically betting that she'll attain a rank that she has had all along.
Good to see you. Do you need my services?
A potion today?
I don't need drugs, thank you. Has Diomedes put the fake soul gem in Galbadir's desk? Well, funny you should ask that. You've put the gem in the desk as Ajira asked? Ajira thanks you. Yes, Ajira thanks you. Again. Right. Let's have more duties. Ajira must now study local flowers. Gold canid, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. Those can all be found on the shores of Lake Amaya. Lake Amaya is a good spot for various things. Galbadir is a Tau in disguise. You know, later on in the game, there might be something to that theory. To get to Lake Amaya, go southeast out of Balmora, yada yada yada. Yeah. We don't need the specific details on this. I already know exactly what to do. Does any of you people sell cocaine? No. Hey, Orc. Hey, Overseer.
Say your words.
No interruptions. Right, so... You know, I just realized I don't recall what Dispel does. I'm gonna buy this one. Having lower tier spells might sound useless, but they take a lot less mana to actually cast. And there's also the factor of...
I'm listening.
how do I put it? Higher chance to cast successfully, and it's also something where, you know, it's about doing, you know, skill checks. So, essentially casting a lot of little spells will often be just as good or better than casting a big spell. 1 second. I sure hope I'm going the right way. Yeah. So Lake Amaya is one of the safest regions of the map, and it's this lake here. There's a bunch of stuff you could do there. Diving for pearls is, believe it or not, a totally valid way of progressing. It's actually a bunch of caves around the map where it's just, there's nothing there except for, you know, call-ups that you can dive for pearls with. Shrooms, but no cocaine. Yeah, true. I think one of the things about Morrowind that I find the most impressive is the fact that there's so many different styles of architecture. Like you have, each of the great houses have their own distinct styles, the Imperial Legion has their own distinct styles, and then there's also Imperial settlements that have their own distinct style, and then you have things like the Daedric ruins, the Dwemer ruins, and you also have nomadic camps, whose architecture is essentially Mongolian in nature. And a lot of the locals, their houses are based on like medieval Arabic styles. Yeah, the combat system is something you can easily master, and once you get to that point, there's not really much to complain about. I genuinely prefer it by a colossal margin to the combat of Oblivion, which I'm also playing, though not for stream. Hello. Oh. Of course. But in Oblivion, you have stuff like characters can just hold down the shield button forever, and nothing will really happen as a result of that, except it'll just delay the conclusion of combat. Whereas in Morrowind, that's far less of a thing. It's also it's a test of how you actually manage to learn the overall systems. For instance, there's a lot of races. It is what the game calls it, so yeah. But there's a lot of those where they have specific immunities, and you basically have to figure those out if you want to succeed at life. Trying to remember now. Willow Anther, that should be that flower over there. And yep. Oh wait, no, this is Black Anther. No connection to like the Marvel movie or whatever universe that's from. Very cool bulb. Stoneflower. Let's see. I should have sold some of these. Oh well. Ah, I was correct. And yeah, this is vanilla with mods, obviously, but it's still running the original engine, and it's really quite something just how much you can actually improve it with fairly rudimentary mods. Like setting up the 25-ish mods that I use, that was like a maybe an hour or two of effort at most. And here we have a shrine. Here in the fields of Kumu, Vivek acted as a beast of burden for a poor farmer who could not harvest muck sponge after his squaw died. That's fair enough, Shade. I'm sure it's a essential service that you are providing. So good luck with it. Trying to remember which idiot this is. I think I recall. Yep, see you later.
Sorry, stranger. My time is short, so get on with it.
That's not the only thing that's short, eh, manlet? Hello, please, might you be of some assistance? My friend is lost and I'm very worried about him. Yes, my friend Edres Oral and I were traveling to Vivek, and he heard a strange animal sound nearby. He's sort of an amateur naturalist, and he felt compelled to seek out what was making the noises. That was hours ago. Oh dear. And I'm afraid something terrible has happened to him. If you could find him, and bring him back safely, I'd really appreciate it. I'd go myself, but I'm really more of a scholar, as is he, which is why we were traveling together. A little safety in numbers, you know. Can you help? I'll try to find your friend. He really fears for his life. It's quite the, well, expensive clothes that guy has. Let's see. Again, just like in other Elder Scrolls games, you can just steal this farmer's crops if you feel like it. Uh-oh. These guys are not nice. So let's use it. Well, my everything hurts. Mating Kagudi. Oh boy. Oh boy. Time to use this ring. Haven't used it much yet. So this is healing through an enchanted item, and as I learned only after I had finished the game, enchanted items in Morrowind, they recharge on their own. So you can actually rely on them for quite a bit. Oh, right. Wasn't there a book? Yes. We need this book. Are there gonna be illustrations? Because I'm not sure my channel would survive that. Well, no illustrations. Good so far. Females seem to be the dominant sex. Well, that's loud vocalizations heard exchanged, believed to be from males, especially at night. Fascinating. Well, it's not like my dignity is salvageable at this point, so let's just grab that and auction it off on eBay, or whatever the local equivalent is. Still no sign of his friend. Still have plenty of space in the inventory, so may as well gather ingredients. I've seen a bunch of people ask on the subreddit, like, when do you get storage in Morrowind? And the truth is, the game actually saves everything you drop. It will not go missing. So, just drop it on the ground. It'll stay there forever. I'm guessing this is the doofus who wrote the book.
What do you want?
Again, quite the outfit that this guy has. Oh, thank heavens you found me. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't shown up. I've been trapped here by some Kagudi since my friend and I were separated. Your quote-unquote friend, eh? Ah, you met Thorinor. Yes, he and I became separated when I went off to investigate some sounds I heard. Of course, it turned out to be a pack of Kagudi that trapped me here. But I see you've taken care of them. Did you notice the distinctive sounds they may have made when you were battling them? They have the most fascinating vocalizations. But enough of that for now. Shall we go back and meet Thorinor? Sure. Didn't really pay much attention to the sounds they were making, as they were literally murderizing me. Still at level 1. Some people complain regarding Morrowind of the movement speed. And that's certainly a problem early on. Later on you actually start to move faster than you would do in later games. And with the correct, combination of enchanted items, I actually managed to create a jumping system that allowed me to move so rapidly that I literally did a circuit of the entire island in 5 minutes. That's, 5 real-time minutes.
I really don't have time for this, so make it quick.
Okay, this guy thinks Kagudi are gorgeous. I have no comments. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I'm afraid I don't have much to give you as a reward, but this amulet may help you in your travels. It's helped the two of us out on a number of occasions. Take care. Oh, that is really useful. So, Slowfall is, well, as you might expect from the name, it stops you from moving so fast that you take damage. Let's see, 30 points, that's good. There was a change with one of the mods I used. I think it was the code patch. It essentially used to be that if you only had a single point of slow fall, that would be enough to avoid any damage from any fall. Which was a bit generous, let's call it. So they changed it to 20 points. So that particular amulet will still be quite useful. I recall I watched someone's playthrough of Daggerfall. I think it was Lethal Felines. And basically what he did, he at one point creates a levitation spell. The game asked him to come up with a name for it, so he simply named it Up. UP Up. Thought it was brilliant. I forget what was it we were supposed to be gathering flower-wise. Alright, we've collected all of those. Superb. So, the next thing I would like to do is go for a swim. And I do have reasons for why. Before I do that, I'm just gonna sleep until I am no longer dead. And let's see. I have quite a bit of money for how early in the game I am, considering I didn't do the particular money-raising thing that a lot of people recommend. But if you could die for a few pearls, that should help pay the student loans, as it were. Because, yeah, it doesn't even weigh a single pound, worth 100 gold coins. It's a pretty good weight ratio. And in case anyone's curious about the music, Morrowind's soundtrack is 24.5 minutes long, which is, that means you hear the entire soundtrack like 20, 50 times perhaps through a playthrough. So I basically just hijacked the entire soundtrack from Elder Scrolls Online, just to sort of top it off. Over here, I think we have an ancestral tomb. Those can be quite dangerous, especially if this is the one I think it is. Yep, this is the one. I don't think I'll be going in, actually. Basically, there's a particular quest that points you here, and for the purpose of that quest, a very specific late-game enemy is put into the dungeon, and, well, he would wreck my shit easily. There's also this shrine here. You can join the local temple, I played through the entire game with the original textures, so the quadruple resolution ones I found are definitely interesting just for making everything a lot less blurry. But yeah. You can do the temple in this game, and for that you have to first do like the pilgrimages to the various holy sites. I think we can get down here. I don't know if I can actually do the shrine, but I know the thing you need to use on the shrine is muck, and that's what you get for these pillars, for the lack of a better term. And there's also marshmallow, which is... it's one of the easiest and most abundant health items to find. It literally restores health, and the plant itself is literally just cane sugar. And yeah, that's not really a healthy diet, let's call it. I don't think we'll be going in the water until I've recovered stamina, because stamina affects pretty much everything in this game. Oh. We have pearls. Or at least I do. Sorry, the sky is just something to behold. I'm not sure what's happening right now. I think every peripheral I had just... Okay, let's see. Yeah, it seems like you can hear me. I hope you can. Alright, let's see if this will work this time. Basically, every peripheral on my computer just disconnected for some reason. Luckily, I didn't completely drown. I noticed previously, it seems my laptop is pretty much dying, because I was trying to type out what was going on, and, well, it's still on the second word, trying to comprehend all several letters of it. Okay, since these are apparently not owned items, I'm just gonna help myself. Because I'm the main character, and that makes them mine.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much.
So yeah, the engraved Ring of Healing, quite, it's somewhat useful early on, but you should not be relying on it too much, because I'm level 1, and it basically uses up most of it to recover like a third of my health. Bit of a waste. Yeah, I'm just figuring, like, the, excitement bound up in the sound of footsteps is somewhat limited, isn't it? Or so I believe. I think we already looted those. I'm pretty sure those guys are, well, also the high definition mod ones. Let's see if I can kill a rat. Absolutely stunning battle, I'm sure. I think I can even hear wild applause coming in from all directions. Okay, the ambiance of this particular terrain type in the night is definitely something else. I feel like this is one of those, like, you don't really learn how to do it in a school, but Morrowind manages to have areas where you can really feel the sense of, like, isolation. Like, there are parts of the map, like, definitely up around here, and Grayslands area. Basically, there's, like, the barely settled frontier, and then there's, like, the total wilderness areas. And I feel like having, you know, very distinct zones is a really good way of, like, giving your game sort of, or rather the setting, a lot of range. And being able to have, like, several different flavors of settlements and terrain, region types really brings something to the game, because if you compare it to something like Oblivion, at least in my opinion, the non-like walled city areas just all seem to be completely and utterly isolated. There was very little separation of like wilderness and more settled regions. Like, for instance, there were a couple of vineyards and, like, a single farm or so.
This scent is new.
You're creepy. But yeah, I feel like that was detrimental to that game. Right. Let us.
Can we hurry this along?
You people are all strange. Am I an associate? Yes, that means I am allowed to sleep in this bed. Alright. Time for my
Good to
quest
see you.
reward.
Move,
Need
Sarah.
my services.
Does Diomedes have flowers for Ajira? Oh yes, baby. Do you have the flowers? Yes. Yes, these are the flowers that Ajira needs. Ajira has made more potions for you. Ajira hopes you will use them well. 6 cheap Restore Magicka potions. Those are quite useful, because the Restore Magicka potions in this game are not quite so common as you would perhaps hope. Now Ajira will win the bet with Galbadir for sure. You can ask her about all the various flower types. I'm not doing that because I do not want to read them all. Ajira is very sorry. Ajira has much work to do on these reports, so Ajira can win her bet with Galbadir. Perhaps you could fetch a new ceramic bowl for Ajira? Or are you fucking kidding me? Yes, take these 10 drakes and go find Ajira a ceramic bowl. Ajira thinks Ravier the trader here in Balmora has some. Ajira needs a ceramic bowl. Well, fine. Get you your fucking bowl. That's just a bunch of nonsense. You know, I'm a big fucking... I mean, look at me, I'm a big deal. Big wizard deal. This is what a wizard looks like. Yep. They've been at each other's throats since they got here over which one is a better mage and whether Khajiit are better thieves than Bosmer.
What is it?
My money's on the Khajiit, but
Go ahead.
don't tell human resources that I said that. Fear the traitor. Oh wait, ceramic bowl. He does have a ceramic bowl. Isn't that fucking amazing? Okay. 2 gold coins for a ceramic bowl. That means so far in the Mages Guild I have earned 8, count 'em, 8 gold coins. Ay, ay, ay. You know, I should probably start selling some of this junk. Let's see. And then I just start thinking like, oh, but I need to keep this, that, and the other. That's just the thing, like eventually you will just never want to give anything away. The one thing you can reliably give away is just gonna be like potions with negative effects, because you cannot use, poison for anything in this game. I'm guessing it was one of those things they were gonna add and never did. Sell the Kagudi Mating Habits book. He does not want to pay much for it. Can't say I really blame him. Okay, Willow Anther's actually quite, well, it's valuable for what it is. Or at least for its weight. That kind of tends to be one of those things you want to do throughout the game, just because you're always going to be operating under like weight restrictions, and it's going to affect how far you can jump and how fast you can move. Excuse me. Yeah, you can see these things that I found. Restore fatigue, though, that's useful, actually. Not you know what, I'm not gonna sell all my ingredients. I'm gonna drop them on the ground, because I'm not hurting for money as such. And I do have alchemy as one of my skills that I want to increase, I think. Don't I? Yeah. Alchemy. So.
Welcome, friend.
Thank you. I do want to get rid of a couple of things, though. No, my mismatched armor is a bit of an eyesore, but since I play this in the first person, we'll just pretend like that's not happening. We can sell the other bits of armor, though. I suck at bartering. I guess I'll sell these. Whenever you're in doubt, always sell the heaviest objects you have. I don't think I'll be needing this. Yeah, that looks better. Guess we could sell that. But should I? Probably no. Right. Nothing else we want to ask him about. Let us go and present this ceramic bowl to Ajira.
Speak, traveler.
No doubt this is what will go down in
What
history.
is this about? There's someone watching.
I have the finest spells in... Good to see you.
A
You
potion
need my
today?
services.
Ajira must find her stolen reports. But my ceramic bowl. Yes, Ajira needs a ceramic bowl. Did you find one for Ajira? Yes, here it is. Yes, this is a very good bowl. Now Ajira must find her reports. Did you like the bowl? Ajira has enough mixing bowls for now. Fine. What's this about stolen reports? Ajira needs your help very badly. Galbadia stole Ajira's reports on the properties of local mushrooms and flowers. Ajira knows that Galbadia did not leave the Mages Guild, so the reports must be nearby. Okay. I guess we'll look for stolen reports then. Oh hey. Ajira's flower report. Ajira studies hard to learn magical properties of gold cannet, stoneflower petals, willow anther, and heather. Gold cannet has yellow flowers and very dark green leaves with sharp spines. Gold cannet and stoneflower petals makes a paste that restores strength. That's... You might not think that's important, but there's like a very specific enemy, the Greater Bone Walker. Basically, he has a spell that damages your strength. If your strength goes down far enough, you can carry 0, and you are effectively nailed to the ground. So, that might be something to write down, because these are easy enough to find. So yeah, make a note of that, if you will. Stoneflowers are dark blue, and the flowers are very heavy, so they bend to the ground. It is very expensive, but Ajira can gain more magicka for a short time by mixing stoneflower petals with crushed emeralds and water. Don't think you can ever obtain water as a distinct item, but fair enough. Willow flowers are red and very tall, with tall and thin leaves also. Willow is very good for potions and has many uses. With frost swords, Ajira made a shield of frost. With grave dust and green lichens, Ajira made a potion to cure common diseases. And with cork bulb, Ajira made a potion that can cure paralyzation. That's kind of a thing in Elder Scrolls. You can drink a potion to cure paralyzation. Quite how you drink while paralyzed, I don't know. Kinda need a beer hat or something. Ajira thinks heather comes from Skyrim because the leaves look like the spiny leaves of trees in Skyrim. The flower is also pink like the Nord people. Okay. When mixed with ruby, it makes a very good potion to make you not weigh so much. With a scrap of scamp skin, Ajira made a potion to restore personality. Oh. Interesting concept. Ajira works very hard to collect these flower samples from the dangerous Lake Amaya. Okay. I collected those, and Lake Amaya is not dangerous. Ajira must do 2 reports, and Galbadir must do only 1 silly report. Ajira deserves rank of journeyman very soon now. I'm sure your teacher will agree. Alright. Let's see what else.
Say your needs.
Are you deaf? I can't think. Well, okay then.
Looking for something in particular?
I saw Galbadir carrying a scroll up to her desk, but I didn't think anything of it at the time.
Magic is my speciality. How can I help you?
You can't. You. It's an unfortunate situation. Back when I was apprentice here, we had to find our own reports when that jealous rival stole them. That's not helping me.
Outlander, what do you want?
Ooh. Mushrooms of the Bitter Coast. Journeyman report from Ajira. Ajira studies 4 common mushrooms in Vardenfell. Luminous Rusula is a toadstool-like mushroom with a brown spot on top. All Rusula has strong odors, but Luminous Rusula much stronger. Rusula can be poison if not prepared right. When mixed with pearl dust, it makes a very good potion to breathe under the water. Okay, that's useful. Well, to an extent at least. Violet Coprinus is a tall toadstool that glows in the night. Not really. Coprinus is also poison if mixed wrongly, like if you mix with Rusula. Coprinus mixed with scales lets Ajira walk on the water instead of under the water. Much better. Yeah, leave it to cats to not want to bathe. Bungler's Bane looks like a brown shelf and grows from trees and sometimes wet rocks. Bungler's Bane, very bad for you when mixed with almost anything. Very hard to use, but Ajira found Bungler's Bane and leftover crushed pearl makes a good dispel potion. No bad effects with Ajira's skill, but potion tastes very bad. I wouldn't know. I guess that's just like a common thing with old-timey medicine. Hyperphagia looks just like Bungler's Bane, confuses Ajira very easily, but Bungler's Bane smells more dry and dusty. Hyperphagia has little smell, but taste is very moist. Hyperphagia, very good mushroom for eating, but too much makes Ajira clumsy. Ajira used Hyperphagia to make the Nixhound meat more edible, and Ajira could smell all enchantments in Ajira's room. Okay. Ajira found no other use for Hyperphagia. Ajira works very hard to go all over Bitter Coast and collect these mushrooms. Ajira deserves rank of journeyman much sooner than Galbadia. Once again, Ajira fails to mention that I was the person who did all that. Not bitter though, definitely not. And yeah, you can steal all of this stuff and it won't matter. So I will.
Yes, Outlander?
Right. I return in triumph.
Magic is my speciality. Good to see you. Do you need my
Has
services?
Diomedes found Ajira's stolen reports? Yes, here they are. Yes, these are the reports Ajira needs. Ajira thanks you, Diomedes. Ajira is your friend always. Ajira worked very hard on these potions for you. Alright. Any more duties? Ajira knows many secrets, but they are not yet for friend Diomedes. Speak with Ajira again when you are a warlock. Ranus Athris here may have duties for you, but Ajira does not like Ranus much. Maybe you should speak with Ajira's good friend Edwina Elbert at the Guild of Mages in Aldruin. You know, that might not be a bad idea, honestly, because...
A potion today?
Well, this just speaks to me having played the game before, but basically the quests that...
I have the finest spells in town.
I'm sure you do. So basically, the quests that you could get from Ranus up here, not especially easy, and she's... I'm trying to come up with, you know, a nice word for it, but, you know, she's an extremely mean woman, and she will recommend you kill people, even when you don't need to.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
And also, she will not give you any missions that actually earns you any money, so, yeah. That kind of, tops us out at the Mages Guild.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
And that's kind of a thing in this game. You can't just stick with one faction and, you know, do their entire storyline unless you are quite late in the game. if you take up missions from, like, well, Balmora and, well, somewhat Alrune, but yeah, mainly Balmora and I think Pelagide and Suran. Basically, this particular area here tends to be fairly easy beginner stuff. Oh, right. Losing track of what I'm supposed to be doing. So, let's see if we can join the temple.
What, Outlander? Why do you disturb me?
He's not the priest. Incidentally, if you haven't played the game before, well, anytime you have serious stuff going wrong, let's donate 35. So here you can get cures for basic things. And some people don't realize this, but the different shrines, like, it does matter who the shrine's dedicated to. The one I prefer is the one for the tribunal overall. Basically, it will give you a restoration thing that restores most attributes, or restores most things, I think. It's been a little while since I had to rely on them, though. Rannis Atheris in the Balmora Mages Guild has something against wizards who aren't in the guild. I think it has something to do with her parents who were murdered by the old Telmani Archmagister, the one before Gothran. Interesting. I don't know if we get that bit of gossip just because of having been in the guild now.
I don't have a lot of patience for questions, Outlander.
Well, too bad. And they basically sum up the tribunal temple. They worship 3 gods. As you might, you know, as the name implies, basically. And you do get to meet all of them over the course of this game and its expansions, so you have that to look forward to at least.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
I could kill that one. Those boots are fluid.
Oh no, not your boots.
You talk too much, Outlander.
People here are so rude. Let's see, what about you? You have...
No, I don't think so.
You have vestments. I believe that's of Japanese design. Do you seek to join the temple? I do. You have a promising look. Perhaps we could use you. Do you wish to join, or shall you hear our doctrine first? Let's hear the doctrine. Your fourfold duties are to faith, family, masters, and all that is good. Perform holy quests and bring luster to the temple. Never transgress against your brothers or sisters, in thought or deed, as we are all one body. If you somehow fail to uphold these ideals, you must speak with a master or the patriarch to be cleansed of your wrongdoings. Still want to join? Yes, I am worthy. You are now a layman in the temple. Welcome, Brother Diomedes. I am one of several masters you can go to get your duties, and if you perform well, advancement in the temple is not out of the question. Just so you get an idea of like how sort of insular the Dark Elves are, I think there are like 2 priests in the temple that are not Dunmer, so yeah, if you're not a Dunmer character, it's you're gonna be sticking out in the temple is all. Duties. Before I give you any other duties, you should prove your faith by making the pilgrimages of the 7 graces. Take this book, The Pilgrim's Path. It describes where the pilgrimage sites are. After you've completed these pilgrimages, speak with me again. I should warn you, while most of these are easy, the pilgrimages of Ghostgate and the Ruddy Man are more difficult. You may wish to do those last. That is a good idea. Especially Ghostgate might lead you up to some enemies that are pretty insane. Let's see. Yeah, I think the stream can go on for another 8 minutes or so. Let's have a look at the book we got. Pilgrim's Path. Alright. The Shrine of Humility is the one. Easiest one we could do. Customary to leave a portion of muck at the shrine to represent Vivek's humility. I'm guessing someone comes by to clean up the shrine regularly then. So I would hope at least. Sadly, the temple will not supply me with things either. Basically, if you're trying to earn money, Mages Guild and the temple are not really the place for it. Fighter's Guild, they do tend to give fairly straightforward work and pay. Certainly the great houses, well, some of them at least, also tend to offer pay. Easiest money early on is probably House Lalu, which, let me think, they would be over in that area, I think. No, wait, that's the one.
Yes.
Yes. And yeah, pretty much every faction has, like, or well, certainly the Mages and Fighters Guild, they have guild houses in various cities around the map. So you're not always, you know, limited to just the ones in Balmora. Some people get confused by that, but they clearly don't read the details. You know, I think I will actually call it here. I have a couple of things I need to do before, well, this evening's chores. So I think that will be it for this time. So, to everyone who watched out, or well, watched here with me, or perhaps enjoy the VOD, thank you so much for watching. I will see you again probably tomorrow. So until then, all you guys have a good one.